Hello Aquarius and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. This is your mid-month reading for the second half of November. So moving from Scorpio season into Sagittarius season, we have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 24th of November. We've got freedom, peace offering and energy healing coming in. Okay. This may suggest that there's a situation that you might be able to put behind you now. I just feel like energetically creating closure with this, which feels really good. That's what I'm getting, and a sense of being able to be free from that energy now and just gently shutting the door, feeling like that energy can now expand. You can let go of it. And yeah, there's healing involved with it and you can find the peace with it. So that feels like a really nice energy. And when I was tuning in for you and what I was getting for you, Aquarius, if we look at Merlin here, I get that this is actually a really great time around that Sagittarius new moon for this to happen. This sense of being able to just let something go, which feels really soft and gentle. And I got this spike of energy that was coming in around that time, that something you could just have this energy release, or it could just feel like you're feeling really motivated around that time, excited about something. It could be that something takes off. It feels like it's a short burst of energy though. So you might get a little mini sense of success, or something might, really feel like it's accelerating for a short-term period. But we've got King of Feathers, Logic, Justice, and Page of Shells, Intuition and Inspiration. So, yeah, I mean, the King of Feathers is the King of Swords. It's the card of Aquarius, the King of Air coming in. Next to the Page of Shells, which is the Page of Cups, Intuition and Inspiration, I feel like, this is actually a really nice energy of getting inspired. Like I said, that sense of I get this energy peak that comes in just as this gets released, and it's like, boom, feeling so much more enthusiastic around it. You're really putting your mind to something, and there is this sense that you could be making some really strong decisions around this time and getting really inspired. And it's something that you could be, getting excited about, but I feel like you've got a grip still. You've got your mind still going, well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. Let's not think too far outside of what's possible. So I feel like because the Sagittarius energy can sometimes get you thinking, with expanded expectations perhaps, or with expectations that this is going to be so good, it's really enthusiastic energy. But I feel like with that King of Feathers, it's like, yeah, I'm just keeping the perspective on this, So it's feeling good, making some decisions. But we've also got Knight of Crystals, Endurance and Determination, and the High Priestess, Intuition and Sacred Knowledge. Beautiful. So this actually is a really great time for some kind of, I'm getting this energy of like a renewed vow, or a renewed sense of dedicating yourself to something or someone. It doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship, but it just has this sense of coming back together and rededicating yourself to something. So this is a really great time for things like celebrations, marriages, renewed vows, coming together and just reaffirming how you're feeling about somebody or something. But with that High Priestess energy, I mean, both of these energies feels like they're dedicated to each other. So this feels good. And this is perhaps what this Page of Shells is as well. That's the Page of Cups, of just opening your heart, getting some messages from your heart, feeling apprehensive but excited at the same time. But this is like the coming together, the merging of two energies with the Knight of Crystals and the High Priestess. And it's like both energies want to be connected in some way, really feels good. It's a feel-good energy around all of that. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice time to spend some time with people or things or pets that you really love. Really, really nice time to bond with that. But again, it's kind of like, a rededication of some sort, renewal of the vow. And it doesn't have to be related to marriage, like I said. So we've also got what shifting and changing Pentacle Queen, Capricorn Throne. So I think the way you're feeling about something that felt a little bit like you weren't sure if it was on shaky ground, or you just weren't sure how stable it was feeling. Perhaps there was a lot of changes going through with a relationship or a situation. This is where this sense of coming together, just being able to like lay something to rest, find the peace with something, letting that go, and the coming together again of the two energies and feeling like there's harmony that's coming back. This is where it's like this sense of stability being restored, which is actually really nice, really trying to nurture that inner stability, which is beautiful energy to come through. It might also be like a great time to be preparing food, buying food. I'm getting feast, celebration, celebratory kind of energy with this Capricorn throne. So I get it's a great time to kind of, be preparing food for some kind of celebration and harvest. I know that seems like an obvious thing to say because we're coming into holiday season, but I'm just getting that with this sense that we're seeing all this harvest around this beautiful Pentacle Queen's throne. And so I feel like, preparation, it's like, pickling. They keep showing me things like plums in jars and pickles and stews and things like that, that you might be readying to have as, a food stock in some way. We have the Queen of Wands, so it's kind of ready to have food prepared. Crossed by the Eight of Swords, the Hermit in your conscious mind, having a big think about something, because I feel like you're wanting to, the Seven of Swords, you're thinking of moving on. You're leaving this Queen of Pentacles behind. That's the thing that's shifting and changing. And you're stepping into the Eight of Pentacles. You're working on something new here. The Justice energy coming in. Again, we're looking at contracts, vows, things that you've agreed to. There's a little bit of hesitation, but there is love around all of this with the Ace of Cups, love and healing. The Hanged Man, interesting. The Queen of Swords, something that's been delayed is getting the go-ahead. And you're kind of walking away from old energies. There's a real shift in the energy here that's coming through here. Look at that. The Star card coming in, beautiful. And the Knight of Pentacles. So, I feel like hope gets restored here. This is you, the Hermit, looking with the star, like looking, and then the star comes out, something gets illuminated, the answers, you find the answers you're looking for, quite literally. So I feel like there's a real shift in something you've been really searching, or like now it finally makes sense why all this was happening kind of energy coming through, a bit of an aha moment. You're presenting as the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Fire. And this is where it's very much, a deep down with the Hermit energy, the soul-searching energy above that. It's this deep soul-searching of what do you really want at this moment in time from a situation. That's why I feel like you're going deep with this, because there's this sense of renewing a vow of some sort, or renewing a dedication. So really asking what it is that you want. You are crossed by the Eight of Swords, so it may be that you can't see that yet, or you just can't see what it is that's ahead of you, or what it is that you want, or you're feeling you're trapped in some way, trapped by some kind of restrictions. Perhaps it's like limited forms of thinking that are blocking you at this moment. But I do feel like there is this sense of really deeply considering what it is that you want here, because you're crowned by the Hermit card, which is in your conscious mind. And this is where, this is the old wise part of you or somebody around you who has more experience. I like this coming in because we have this Page of Cups here, which is this very new, youthful, enthusiastic energy that's coming out. And it's kind of like, feeling a bit apprehensive. Am I ready to do this? Am I going to check in with somebody that's done it before or had more experience, perhaps somebody older than you? This is kind of like grandfather energy as well, the Hermit coming through. This might just be you checking in with your own wise self, the old wise part of you that we all have, and just going, I need to have a big think about this, a bit of soul searching with the Hermit. At the base, you've got the Seven of Swords. So this is a card of Aquarius, very much thinking about, leaving a situation of some sort. It's like this situation, you wanting to get away from feelings of restriction. So you're wanting to kind of break free of too many rules or regulations or restrictions around you in some way, or limitations around you in some way. And it's, you're really kind of looking at this. It feels like there's a whole heap of different angles that you could look at this from. And so the Seven of Swords is, I'm just taking my things and I'm heading. There's something that in the background that you kind of thinking of wanting to, leave that situation in some way. In the recent past, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So, something really was like quite stable, really, but it just feels like it might have got to the point of it's become stagnant. It was comfortable. It was a very comfortable situation, but it needs to change, and you're kind of aware that the comfort zone is gradually going to start becoming stifling zone. So this Queen of Pentacles energy, I feel like it's like, I think there's a lot of foresight with this. You're kind of ahead of the game with it, going, I can see how this situation could turn really, it needs a bit of a refreshing, a shake up, a change, something new coming in. It's feeling a bit like old and stale, and it's going to get to the point of being uncomfortable because it's been so comfortable, and it's like, oh, it could get really boring, and like, do we have to do it always this way? And so I feel like in the near future, you've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is the card of work. So the card of working on something new that's coming through here, feeling a little bit like the apprentice, in fact. So I feel like it's like, starting something that you might not have the most experience in is actually going to feel really good. And I think that there's people around that can be like mentors, or people around that can be supportive, that can help you step into this new fresh area or start something new. This Eight of Pentacles, it definitely could be to do with something with your work as well. Like, this is quite literally you working. But I feel like work could be a focus, doing new things and new cycles, and wanting to kind of freshen up something that you've been really working on. So it doesn't have to necessarily be around work. It could be around the comfort zone within a relationship as well. But it just feels like you are, wanting to kind of go into more of an apprenticeship energy, and I want to experience something new. We learn new things, very wise energy coming through. And the only way that I feel like I can obtain this kind of wisdom is through experience. So it's like going out and doing something that you're going to gain that experience from, that you're seeking. You're presenting as the Justice card. So this is the card of contracts. Like I said, that sense of looking at what you've agreed to, agreements, legal agreements, soul agreements, vows. So the Justice energy is kind of detached as well, like the King of Feathers, stepping back from the situation, going, I could be feeling good about something, feeling like something's about to renew in my life, which is really nice, this sense of renewal. But what is it that I actually really want to agree to here? And that's what the Justice card and the Queen of Wands is doing. It's a sense of, I really want to get clear in my head what I'm saying yes to, because I am seeing you say yes to something. So it's fairly impartial, looking at what's going to work, what's fair, a lot of that sort of stuff coming through. Energy surrounding you, got the Two of Swords. So there's a little bit of hesitation or indecision that comes in with the Two of Swords, like not sure about, the direction that something can be going in at this moment in time. But I feel like you're having a big think about it. And I feel like, there is this sense of being able to break through that indecision and hesitation with the Two of Swords. And you might be just like evaluating it from a whole heap of different angles. I can see it from your side. I can see it from my side. I can see it from this angle. And it's just, I really feel like there's this deep evaluation that comes in before you agree to anything. Hopes and fears, you got the Ace of Cups. Look, I would say this is the beginning of a new cycle. This would definitely be a hope, because Ace of Cups brings love, healing, joy. We've already got energy healing coming out, the birth of love, which is really lovely. So, this is feeling differently. And so I feel like, yes, this is a beautiful new cycle, that the birth of something that is going to make you feel differently, at least, or feel better, hopefully. I'm seeing that with the star, I think you would be feeling better. So that's why I like how we've got the Hanged Man and the Queen of Swords. We're seeing the sense that you're mulling over, saying what it is you want to agree to. The Queen of Swords, she is saying, you've got the King of Air, the Queen of Air. And so the Queen of Swords is kind of like this internal yes, like I'm saying yes to something, giving something the green light, where it was once stagnant. But I've also looked at it from a whole heap of different angles, the Hanged Man, and I've got the enlightenment. It's not just my rational mind. It's like just a feeling that comes in as well, trusting my intuition and my rational mind, And I feel like I've looked at it from every single angle or every single which way, and now I'm ready to say yes. Now, part of that yes that comes in is also with this sense with the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Swords, as part of it is walking away and detaching from old energies. So with the yes comes the no as well. Like it's kind of like I'm saying yes, but I want to walk away from things that don't feel right or don't feel great, or situations that are feeling like, I said it, just get this sense of staleness and have become too much of a comfort zone. So they once may have felt really, really good. This Eight of Cups is like, there's a cup missing. There's something missing from this situation now. It's not feeling great. And that's why we've got the looking for the missing cup here in your hopes and fears. So we see by this whole sense of a shift and a pivot in the direction here, we've got the Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords. So this with the Star card, this can be some really good news coming in. Really, really great news coming through for some of you. There's definitely a shift in the energy. So what's energy that's you're focusing on, the things that you're learning, the things that you're hearing at this moment in time. This is like the Star card feeling like, okay, now I'm feeling really guided. Now I'm feeling more hopeful. Now I'm feeling re-energized, this sense of renewal that we were talking about, which is really beautiful. And it feels like the winds of change have reached my ears, and that I'm feeling really like this is a positive shift, and it could all happen quite quickly. And I love how this is your card, the Star card, the card of Aquarius coming through as the final card, which is the guiding light. It can be wishes, feel like wishes are coming true. The Page of Swords, open and curious mind, but the Eight of Wands, it can be very direct and clear communication coming towards you. So have your ears open for what's coming through to you, but it's going to be coming with this sense of divine wisdom, divine guidance, feeling more hopeful for the future. So that's why it feels like good news coming. Yeah, fantastic. So have your ears peeled for what's coming through for you. What sort of messages you're getting from the universe, at least, about the new direction, this sense of what you're willing to kind of, this sense of coming together, two energies coming back together again. So the Knight of Pentacles as an overall energy, this is slow moving energy. It's moving forward methodically, practical, new steps, but slow. So it's like taking your time, but kind of you got your eye cast on the longer term future, especially to do with your stability, especially to do with finances, especially to do with where you see something going in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So it feels like a big decision, even like a major decision coming in. That's why it feels like, okay, I need to really think about this before I say yes to it. So yeah, but it actually feels like, a very, very significant yes. It's interesting because we've got the Queen of Swords. That's an internal yes before you take action with the King of Swords. So it's a very deep internal shift before you see the external occurring, and before that happens as well. But it's kind of like saying it's like saying if you say yes to the universe, then the universe has got news and information, and the universe is going to reply. It's like your prayers being answered, or, you're getting a yes back from the universe in some way through this news or information that's coming into you. So just be open to that, because that can come in so many different ways. It could quite literally be something you hear online or through conversation. It could be just an intuitive feeling. It could be something you hear through a podcast, or just something you get through a dream. It could be all sorts of ways that you can be getting these messages, news from a family friend, or partnership, news from your work. There's just so much that can come through with that, but it just feels like this is like, aha, okay, the universe has heard me. So we have, I balance my masculine and feminine sides as your affirmation card, and I like this just because we have the King and the Queen of Swords here, the King and Queen of Air in your element coming in. And so, yeah, that feels really good. The masculine and feminine parts of me are in perfect balance and harmony. I'm at peace and all is well. And really that is saying you have to feel internally right about, inside your mind, about the next direction before you can take action. And that's what we're seeing happening here. And so it actually feels like this nice sense of, the coming together could be the masculine and the feminine, or this sense of harmony being restored through this process, which is actually really lovely. So let's pull a charm for you, Aquarius, and see what is coming in. Let's pull a charm for Aquarius. Oh, cute. We've got a little baby elephant, the baby elephant walk. That is so cute. It honestly is. It's like baby steps. Small steps that you're taking now could turn into something big later. Absolutely. Sorry. Absolutely. I lost my voice there. It's so cute. Little baby elephant walk. And it's sorry, Aquarius. The chooks seem spooked by something. I just had to go out and check them. But yeah, this little baby elephant, it's really, really cute. Absolutely love it. And I feel like it's, like I said, it's this sense of having the foresight to knowing that something that feels like a small step now could have greater significance later on. And the baby elephant, it's that young energy of the pages, young, enthusiastic, but it also needs to be protected so that it can grow. It can grow to what it needs to be. So that's why I like the rational mind of the King of Feathers coming in, the logic and justice, and we've got quite literally justice energy. Some of it could be to do with legalities of some sort, and we could be dealing with children with the baby elephant as well. But I feel like it's just understanding the significance of what's being decided here and what sort of parameters need to be put around these like decisions that are happening at this moment in time so that this baby elephant is protected and can grow, and that these, it's going to be something. The other thing with the elephants is they can be a symbol of a long memory. So it's like, I won't necessarily forget what's occurred around this time. This could be, like I said, the things that people say and do might be something that, or this decision or this next step of action that you're saying yes to is something that is not going to be forgotten. So again, it's going to have that significance longer term. This could be something that somebody will remember for a very, very long time. And so it could be, yes, I really remember you doing that. And so, yeah, again, it says this sense of significance that comes through with it. The other thing is that elephants represent abundance as well. So these can be the baby steps towards helping this abundance grow. And I kind of feel like I'm kind of getting another as well. Like this, if this is not something, it feels like it's either your baby or it's related to something that you want to grow in your life. And I feel like you're kind of like the protector energy around it. You're like kind of the parent energy in a way. So that's why I feel like, yeah, there's this sense of kind of being a little bit responsible but feeling more hopeful as well for what's going on here. So I think it's really, really fantastic positive energy coming through, Aquarius. So that's the reading. I just wanted to let you know that there's no extended reading for this, being a mid-monthly. The extendeds are for the monthly readings only. But love to hear what's going on for you, Aquarius. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. If you're interested in any of my personalized services, readings, healings, the link for that is in the description box below. And take care, Aquarius.